Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. My name is Jordan. This is your 30-minute gentle vinyasa flow. Maybe you've seen me before, maybe not. If you have seen me before, then you know I have a couple of cuties on Patootie Patrol, aka my cats. So hopefully they will be good. As always, it's a props optional class. However, today I would invite you to grab a couple of blocks so that we can come into our supported downward facing dog after we get moving a little bit. Just a nice option to have to give yourself a little bit more space and allow the chest a little bit more room to surrender. Yeah. So if you'd like to join me and grab me a couple of blocks for that and any other shapes that your practice is calling for today, feel free to place your blocks on either side of your mat near the top of your space. It's kind of a full body practice. We will eventually make our way to standing up, but probably not for a little bit. Moving a little bit slower and maybe incorporating a little bit of dynamic movement, some fun, yummy stuff like that. All right. So make your way to your comfortable seat if you're not there already. Maybe you'd like to be cross-legged or kneeling, sitting up on a block or a pillow. Perhaps you're leaning against a wall. If you're like me and you're practicing near a wall, that's always a great option. Anything to invite the physical body to be here. Take some of the effort out of doing so that we can effectively drop our pin here in this moment. You're welcome to close down the eyes or soften the gaze. Bring a little bit of space between the teeth. Allow the face to soften. And take this moment to turn the attention inward. Finding 3 long, slow, even cycles of breath here. And you're welcome to continue breathing in this way, soft, slow, even, your own cadence. Or if you'd like to join me in some alternate nostril breathing, you're welcome to do so. I know when I feel out of balance, I have a tendency to lack the mindfulness necessary to be gentle with myself. So I thought it would be nice to bring some alternate nostril breathing into our grounding breath work here to invite a mindful awareness and a gentle reminder to be kind to ourselves today. So you can keep the left hand as it is in the lap, but perhaps you'd like to take a mudra. If that's in your practice, you're welcome to do so. And we'll take our right hand and make like live long and prosper your Spock hands. And we'll take our right thumb and place it on the right nostril. You can take your index and middle finger to the brow bone, the third eye space, if you'd like, and your ring finger and your pinky finger to the left nostril. Before we block our nostrils, we'll take a cleansing breath in and out, in through the nose and out through the nose. Blocking the right nostril with the right thumb, inhale through the left. Pause at the top, block the left nostril, and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Pause at the top, that space between breaths, and exhale through the left. That's your one round. Find 2 or 3 more, your pace, your breath. Begin making your way to your last round of breath here, your last round of alternate nostril breathing. You can release the right hand, release the left, maybe roll out the wrists and allow the hands to rest easy in the lap. And breathe naturally in and out through the nose or the mouth. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest. Taking a little extra time here to cultivate a bit of awareness, mindfulness, breath and body. Beautiful work, my friends. You're welcome to keep the eyes closed or the gaze soft. As we begin to loop the shoulders, snuggling them up towards the ears on an inhale, and exhale to roll them back and down, sliding the shoulder blades down the back body like butter on toast. Inhale to loop them up. Exhale to slide them back and down. Find one more. And reverse your circle, sliding the shoulders back and together like you're pinning a marble between the shoulder blades up towards the earlobes and round them forward. Moving with your breath. Maybe the hands come along this journey, tracing the length of the tops of the legs or the knees. And come back to center. And we'll find that one more time, moving up and back and up. Option to stay as you are with the hands free, or take your fingerprints to the shoulders, the shoulder heads like little starfish. And we can find these wing circles, drawing circles with the elbows, inhaling to open through the chest, draw the shoulders back, open through the heart. And exhale to draw the elbows together. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. And draw the chin towards the chest. Kind of a cat-cow-ish like motion. These wing circles. Find one more. Maybe head, neck comes along with you. And go ahead, reverse your circle, lubricating the shoulder heads, the shoulder joints. Inhaling to expand the chest, the torso. And exhaling to round draw it in. Beautiful. And go ahead, come on back to neutral. And we'll find some neck circles. Inhale the chin to the sky. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder, pause here. Use your exhale to consciously soften the right shoulder down, almost like the crown of the head and the right shoulder moving in opposite direction. Inhale, chin through center, bring right ear towards right shoulder. Notice the impact of sensation on the inhale. And exhale, allow softness to take up space. Beautiful. Come on back through center. You can switch out the cross of your legs if you opted for a cross-legged variation of your seat. And we'll inhale the hands up high, maybe fingerprints touch. Exhale, side body stretch to the left. Left hand down, right hand reaches. Maybe pull the right thumb back, peel the heart open, lift the right ribs. Big breath in, extend beyond the right fingertips. And exhale here. Inhale brings you back through center and find a twist to the right. Left hand maybe to the right thigh or shin or knee. Right fingertips to the low back, or maybe they tent behind the body. Find an inhale to lengthen. And an exhale to hug the right ribs in as the left ribs travel around. Beautiful. Inhale brings you back through center, reach. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Right hand down, left hand reaches. Maybe pull the left thumb back, gaze up. Use your inhale to press the earth away and exhale, twist to the left. Right hand, left leg, left fingertips. Land wherever feels most comfortable. Mindful not to crank the spine here, guiding our twist with the breath. Inhale brings you back through center. Reach once more. Exhale, thumbs to the sternum, Anjali Mudra. Pause to notice, to see how it feels to be here in the process of cultivating equilibrium mentally, physically, energetically in the body. And release. We'll make our way to our tabletop shape. You're welcome to take a blanket under the knees. Fingerprints spread wide like starfish, or maybe we're up on fists, rooting down through the tops of the feet or toes tucked. And instead of moving right into our cow-cat, we're going to find a side body cow-cat situation. Starting from your tabletop shape, take a big breath in here. And exhale, begin to look over your left shoulder, almost like you want to guide your left hip and your left shoulder together. Inhale through center, and exhale, take it to the right. Almost like we're guiding our right hip and our right shoulder towards each other. Inhale through center, and exhale to the left. Kind of like a really slow tail wag, yeah? Inhale through center, and exhale to the right. Beautiful. Find one more. You're welcome to exaggerate this movement as much or as little as feels appropriate to you today. And we'll move into our cow-cat. Soften the belly down, lift the heart. Big breath in. And exhale to round the spine. Press the earth away, chin to chest. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Find one more. Maybe you'd like to draw a circle or two with the tail, with the hips. Dip one shoulder and then the other. And we'll make our way to our half plank, walking the fingerprints forward. If you want to take it up into plank, you're welcome to do so. Or you can hang down here with me in our half plank, long line. And we'll pause here just for 3 breaths. You're welcome to come out at any time. Elbow creases look forward. Maybe you'd like to lift the feet, balance on the knees, or keep the legs long, yogi's choice. Find a nice, slow, steady breath here. A little bit of core engagement. Maybe closing down the eyes, imagine the ribs knitting in like clasped fingers. One more big breath in. And exhale to lower all the way to the abdomen. Sliding the palms forward for Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders. Spread the fingertips wide, maybe claw into the earth like you want to drag your heart forward, rooting down to the tops of the feet. Inhale to roll the shoulders back and down as you root down through the pubic bone. Your Sphinx pose. One more inhale here. Press into the forearms. And exhale, release. Press into the palms. You can tuck the toes or keep them untucked. Finding your puppy pose, walk the palms forward any amount and melt the heart towards the earth. Maybe you'd like to come up on tented fingers. And in any of these shapes, you're welcome to find a gentle sway, some organic or intuitive movement if that feels good to you today, or embrace a grand stillness. Take a moment to melt the armor of the heart space. Maybe forehead meets a block. One more big breath in here. And exhale, shift forward. Find your tabletop shape. Tuck the toes. And we'll take our blocks underneath our hands for a supported downward dog. If you'd like to join me in your supported downward dog, you're welcome to do so. Pressing into the blocks. Inhale to hover the knees any amount. And exhale, tail tilts towards the sky. Find your downward dog. Maybe pedal out the feet. If you have your blocks, notice the impact. Notice if you have any extra space to play, to sway. Find a little bit of movement or a little bit more stillness. And come home to the breath. Maybe explore a generous bend in the knees as you melt the belly towards the tops of the thighs. Release any tension in the head, the neck, the face. And on an inhale, come up high on the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Soft knees. We'll find a crisscross walk to the top of your space. Slow and steady. Crossing right foot towards the left. And then left foot towards the right. Maybe finding a moment to rock and roll on the balls of the feet, the bottoms of the feet. Rolling over the toes if you'd like. Just exploring sensation, how it can change with this movement. Maybe taking your blocks with you. And we'll find our forward fold, Uttanasana, top of your space. Inhale for your halfway lift, bringing hands to your blocks, shins, maybe top to the thighs, long spine. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Maybe shake the head out. And with the knees generously bent here, we'll take our left palm to your block or to the earth and inhale for a twist. Right hand reaches towards the sky. Maybe we find a nice bend in the left knee. Left elbow crease looks forward. Notice if we're over rotating this left shoulder, and spin the elbow crease to look towards the top of your space. Maybe you find a sway of your right hand reaching back and forward. Noticing how these changes can impact sensation. And on an exhale, release. Come back through center, forward fold. Rooting down through the right hand. Inhale to bend into the right knee. Left hand reaches for your twist. Again, spin the right elbow crease to look forward. Maybe gaze up. Roll the wrists to explore some movement in the left hand. Reaching forward and back. Mindful not to lock the left knee. And as you're ready, release, come back through center. And with a round spine, root to rise. Weight is in the heels of the feet. Allow this to be what lifts you up to standing. And find your high mountain. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Two more. Inhale, root to rise. A little bit swifter, but still mindful. Maybe finding something new, exploring a long puppy belly. Press the hips forward. And exhale to open through the chest. Swan dive, forward fold. Last one. Inhale to rise. And exhale to fold. Beautiful work, my friends. Bring your fingertips to the earth or to your blocks. We'll step the left toes back and ground the left knee. For our low lunge, finding a little bit of a hips width stance, maybe even wider. Option to stay low to the earth today, up tall on your blocks. Or maybe you'd like to interlace the fingers on the top of the right thigh. Keep that right hip pulling back to meet the left. As we squeeze the inner thighs gently to this invisible midline, finding a nice lift through the torso. Find an inhale here. Maybe roll the shoulders back and down. Lift the heart open through the throat. Mindful not to crunch the back of your neck. And exhale, release. Plant the palms and pull the right hip back, half split. Scooch the right heel forward. Maybe tick-tock that foot side to side. Explore a bend in the right knee. Or maybe you'd like to swivel the hips. Take a moment to give yourself what you need. And we'll find a little bit of dynamic movement here in our half splits. Up tall on your blocks, or maybe you'd like to be fingertips on the earth. On your inhale, extend through the crown. Think halfway lift here. Press into your blocks. And on your exhale, base stays stable. Bend the elbows round the spine. Inhale to press into your blocks. Ripple through the crown of your head. And exhale to bend the elbows and fold. Find one more, rippling like a wave, moving like water. And inhale, find your half lift. Exhale to bend into the right knee. Tuck the left toes, lift the knee, forward fold, top of your space. Let it all hang here just for a moment. Bend and sway. And inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, your version. Exhale to fold and step the right toes back, ground the right knee, setting up for Anjaneyasana, your low lunge on the second side. Maybe toe heel the left foot out. Keeping hips squared to the front of your space, up tall on your blocks. Adding and subtracting props and options to meet what you need on this side. Maybe it's different than the first side. Maybe we choose a little bit of a different variation. And the end result is still balance, yeah? Find one more inhale. Option to bring fingertips to the top of the left thigh. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Think Sphinx pose. Open through the throat. And exhale to release, half split. Second side, left hip pulls back any amount. And instead of sinking the right hip towards the right glute, we'll think about charging the left sit bone towards the back of our space as we flex fiercely into that left foot. Take a moment to explore movement or embrace stillness. And come home to your breath. And as you're ready, if you'd like to find those wave-like motions with your spine, you're welcome to join me. Pressing into the earth or your blocks. Inhale to extend through the crown. Integrity in your base. Tiny bend in the left knee. Spread into the left toes. Dig the left heel into the earth. And exhale to bend into the elbows. Melt the heart, the head, the crown towards the knee. And inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold and round any amount. One more inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale to fold, let it go. Inhale to lift. And exhale to bend into the left knee. Plant the palms and step the left toes back. Option to lower the knees for your supported plank or keep them lifted. Yogi's choice. We won't be here for long. Taking a moment to light up through the backs of the legs if you do have the knees lifted. Pausing for one full beautiful cycle of breath here. Blooming the lungs with breath. Stable in your strong, beautiful plank shape. And as you're ready, release, knees meet the earth, send the hips towards the heels, child's pose. Take a moment to give yourself what you need, maybe taking a block if you're like me and you have some hypermobility stuff going on. Sometimes having a block under the chest or even between the thighs is a great option. You can also take a blanket to place over the backs of the legs or bend into the elbows, support the forehead with the hands or a block. Allow the back body to bloom with breath. Notice how it feels to be at this chapter of your practice. Maybe you'd like to rock the head side to side, massage the sinuses, or take the fingerprints back towards the toes. Allow the spine to round, bringing awareness to the cervical spine here, creating space in the plexuses that connect us to the divine. Take a few more breaths here. Maybe open and close the jaw. Begin to roll up to a kneeling shape at the back of your space. Option to take a circle or two with the nose. And we'll sink the hips to one side. Kick both legs out long. You're welcome to sit up on a blanket here if you'd like. We'll find a seated forward fold. And again, for my hypermobile friends like me, having something underneath the knees is a wonderful option. Maybe you like to peel the flesh away from the sit bones, root down, sit up on a blanket, or just keep a nice generous bend in your knees. And we'll inhale to reach, to lengthen. Heart lifts. And exhale to hinge forward. Hug the navel in here to create length. And then maybe fold any amount. Option to let the head dangle, to rest on a block. Refrain the feet. Taking a breath or two here. This gentle inward shape. So we move closer towards Savasana. Begin to curl the fingerprints back in towards the hips. You can scoot your booty bones up just a bit if you'd like, and we'll find a nice slow roll down option to find your Navasana, your boat pose, if you want to have a little bit more heat, a little bit more spice in your chili pot today. But if you're done, feel free to roll it on down. Or maybe find a moment to lift the heart, inspiring, the strength it can take sometimes to lift our own heart, yeah? In our boat pose. Maybe toes are on the earth. We're working on getting light on one foot and then the other. Maybe hands behind the legs or even behind the body. Focusing on keeping that heart lifted. And as you're ready, you can release, roll it down. Find a full body good morning stretch here, reaching out long from fingertips to toes. Maybe roll the wrists and the ankles. Shine the rib cage towards the sky. And on an exhale, release into your perfect Shavasana. Maybe that's with the knees bent. Constructive rest or anything else to bring a little bit of support to the low back. Or maybe you'd like to take the feet together, knees wide for reclined bound angle. Resting the hands at either side or maybe on the body or overhead. Taking this time to rest and digest the nutrients of your practice. Because even being gentle with ourselves is work. And you deserve this time to rejuvenate in your Savasana shape. And the next time you hear my voice, I will be guiding you out. You are welcome to stay for as long as time allows, resting and digesting the nutrients of your practice in your Shavasana shape. But if you're ready to take this practice off the mat and into the rest of your day, I invite you to deepen the breath. Maybe open and close the jaw. Wiggle the nose, the eyebrows, fingertips, and toes. Inviting any small movements that feel intuitive to you as a means of inviting the physical body back to wakefulness with care and inviting this new and beautiful space you took the time to make today to come up off the mat with you. Over time, if you'd like, you can roll to one side and make your way to a comfortable seat, maybe with the gaze soft or the eyes still closed down. Inviting this gentleness you've shown yourself to follow you through the rest of your day. Keeping in mind how we move here on our mat is how we move anywhere, how we do anything. You can join the thumbs together at the heart space in your comfortable seat or however you are, wherever you are. We'll take a deep breath in together and out together to celebrate this past 30 minutes spent in community doing yoga and honor the decision you made to fill your cup today, to bring a little bit more presence to the world. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this 30-minute gentle yoga flow. It is an honor and a privilege to share this practice with you while you share your time, energy, and space, not only with me, but with each other in community. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you for showing up. Namaste. Thank you again. My name is Jordan, just a substitute here today. The regular teacher will be back. Don't worry. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Just because we weren't hurling through space, working up a sweat, doesn't mean it's not still super important to replenish the body with fluids. Yeah. Thank you again. Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. I'm so happy to see. Oh, cool. We have 5 people here. Awesome. Caitlin, Erica, Matilda, Sue, and Michelle. What a treat. Again, my name is Jordan. I teach Vinyasa all levels on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 p.m. Central Time here on the MVP Wellness app. And I also teach a yin class, 60 minutes on Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Time. So feel free to check me out there, or maybe I'll see you all again some other time. Be gentle with yourself for the rest of the day, my friends. Enjoy, enjoy. Thank you so much for being here.